Good evening, ladies and gents. Hello and welcome to a new game here on the channel. I'm Liz. This is Conan Exiles. We're going to jump right into this. Conan Exiles is an online survival multiplayer kind of game, similar in concept to something like Rust or Ark, except I guess sort of like Ark, it is very much a primarily PvE game with PvP elements, of course. It's a multiplayer potential game. So lots of people get together, and when lots of people get together, they tend to kill each other. But it is primarily a PvE game. We are going to play Hyborian here. We are going to take the Set religion to begin with. The Mitra religion is pretty useful for healing as well, but we can get other religions. When you create characters, don't worry about your religion, guys. Mitra is great, Set's great, Ymir is okay, Derketo is pretty weak, Yogg is middle of the road as well. Set's pretty strong, and I just like Set. If you remember Conan the Barbarian, the 1982 movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Set. The bad guys were Set. James Earl Jones played the main bad guy. He was Set. He was like a Set high priest sort of thing. He could turn into snakes, all kind of crazy goodness. He could create snake arrows. Oh yeah, we want to be able to do that.
Death is coming.
No, we are not Deckard Cain.
The gods are watching.
Desperate? I don't think so. I think the correct word for that is dramatic.
The gods are watching.
That's acceptable.
The gods are watching.
That's my voice right there. Oh yeah, head options. We are going to make just a couple changes here. We're going to go to different hairstyle. Yes, this weird frame rate, this 14 frame rate look is normal in the character creation screen. There's nothing crazy going on there. That always happens as far as I can tell in this screen. I think that's it for head options. Face details, I don't want to change anything on the face except for our eye color. I really like purple, man. Purple is awesome. Purple's my favorite color if you're not familiar. We're gonna go a little blue today though, I think. Something a little less completely unnatural because I've never met anybody with purple purple eyes. This is a Conan game, so you do have the ability to go full nudity. In this particular server, this is a server that I am hosting. It's Code Tango Exiles. It is a locked server, password protected. You guys can join. You are welcome to join. PvP is enabled on this server. Building destruction is not. However, if we get a lot of people playing and they decide not to co-op with me for some screwed up reason, then we might occasionally allow some building destruction on particular times of the day. But I'm not going to play for building destruction right now. I'm not going to play for a PvP style whatever. What I'm going to do is play this game as a PvE game, fully expecting to be alone for most of the time. And maybe some people come in and join me and we can co-op some stuff. We could do some dungeon raids. Maybe you want to build with me. Maybe you want to do all kinds of other stuff. Let me know. We'll see about getting you on the server if I know who you are and all that kind of good stuff. But this is a Conan game, so you do have the option of going to full nudity. Basically, these settings, I'll explain them to you if you're not familiar, but I'm not going to click on them because this is going to be the nudity setting for this playthrough. None. Partial nudity is, for female characters, the top. So, topless. Full nudity is complete everything. Everything for show. And they're not, anatomically Barbies underneath this. They are anatomically correct underneath everything, and when you get climbing up walls and stuff, you can get some interesting views with full nudity. You are free to use whichever setting you want on this server. I am going to be playing on none. Physique, this is okay. We're toned enough. Breast size we're going to decrease just slightly. This is a Conan game, which means that females do have the breast side slider, and males do have the dong slider, or I believe it's called endowment, but it's the dong slider, guys. This is a Conan game, jeez. And I think we're set. We're set, all right. So we are crucified to begin this game. Lizranda the Hyborian, condemned to death in exile for crimes including skullduggery and buggery, piracy, combo skipping. Ooh. Okay, well, we're going to confirm we're going to get a cutscene here, and I'm going to shut up for it.
During the year of the Cobra,
Well,
a
part of it.
prisoner captured by unknown means was transported into the Exiled Lands, crucified, and left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed. Death comes swiftly on black
Those weren't
wings
particularly good crimes.
until fate intervenes.
I'm gonna say we didn't commit them. We were framed. Somebody didn't like us. Notice how nobody is anywhere near us here? Like, we got a wide angle shot there. This is very much out of Conan the Barbarian as well. Conan gets crucified in it. And where the hell does he come from?
Are you thirsty, dead woman? Shall I cut you down from that corpse tree? It might kill you. You civilized women are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spines.
The subtitles are terrible here, by the way. I'm sorry.
Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle. We don't leave them in the desert to die like dogs. So, you live again, dead woman. This land does not love men. You are marked, and you cannot cross the ghost fence wearing that. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. Live, love, burn with life, slay and survive. We will meet again, dead woman.
So it's important to remember those big black particle effects that are coming across the screen as this sandstorm comes in, because it's the only hint that a new player to this game would have that, another sandstorm might come and, want to kill them, for example. We're playing with a few mods on this server. We're playing with 5 mods, I believe. They'll be in the description, and they'll show the load order that you have to have in order to play with them, because you need a specific load order. Where did we... Okay, we're sort of in the middle here. And let's get to it. Let's get down to business.
Behold, bonded one, the very boundaries of civilization.
So you can see in our journey in the
Beyond
top
the
right,
passage of our highways,
we have some objectives.
wild places in the
Like
world,
climb, for example.
where untamed savages make endless war upon each other.
Oh, this is one of the wonderful things that
Into
they
the
added in this
endless
game.
wastes enslaved.
In
Your
late early
bonding
access.
prevents it.
The
Return.
ability to climb.
Follow the road. Any road. All roads lead to the city.
That awesome ability to climb also means, unlike in games like Rust, you basically have no, getting to the top of your base is not, the key to defense, preventing them from getting up on top of your base. You gotta do other stuff. And some of the other stuff that you can do is, employ some helpers, some AI helpers. You can capture and educate some AI helpers to do your bidding for you. They can work your shops in your base, or they can be fighters or archers to defend, and all that kind of thing. They're called thralls. They're essentially slaves, but they're not slaves. But they're slaves, but not. So we're gonna run around, we're gonna grab some plant fibers and seeds and bugs, because we need bugs for food. Actually, hey, take a look. One of our objectives is to eat. So let's eat some bugs. One of the mods where it says you have gained a level and this journey step complete, eat. It being so tiny and it not being like filling the middle of the screen is a mod. We have a mod that gives us a few other ways of obtaining bark.
I am
Or one other way of obtaining
left
bark,
to rot
because
among the ruins of the past.
that was a very poorly balanced
There
mechanic
are
in this
others
game.
here, slaves,
Some stuff for building,
bandits,
building
cannibals,
placement restrictions,
exiles from
and
lands I've never heard of.
what else are we
Some
playing
of them
with?
try to scrape
Pickup,
life
so we can
from
pick up
wasteland,
objects instead of having to just
sprinkling
deconstruct
rocks
them.
and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun and the glittering spires, Belverus is
We got ourselves a water
forever
skin.
denied me.
Let's stick this on here. We also
Smell
have
of
enough
my daughter's
plant
hair.
fiber that we can probably
I will pass the ghost
build
fence.
ourselves some basic
This
clothes.
cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads
So let's
this
get that going on.
I leave the
And we need
last
some
alone
branches
woman.
now.
And
We'll,
this
we'll,
message.
we'll end up finding them shortly.
Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
So my recommendation is, if you're starting this game, when you're in this little initial section here, get the hell out of it as quickly as possible. Oh, I know another one of these journey objectives. It only shows 3 at a time, but there's a ton of them. If we take a look here, these are all the journey objectives. You get experience for every one of them you complete, and with that experience, you level up. And when you level up, you get access to new attribute points, as well as feats, which allow you to build and use other kinds of things. Oh, hey, look, we got pants. And I happen to know that dodging, oh, you have gained a level, oh yeah, is one of those journey steps. So we're going to do that real quick. Dodging uses stamina. You can see the yellow bar in the top left of our screen is our stamina. And it depletes by 25% whenever we dodge like that. So we do need to be cautious. But the dodging mechanic is a huge element of this game. It makes it feel almost like Dark Souls, except not. But sort of. But not, you know? Hope that didn't terrify anybody. That was, I don't know, what are they called? They're demon bats of some sort, but it's, you always run into them at the beginning here. You don't always start where I did. There are a whole bunch of starting sites along here. You can sort of see the ruins here. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. There's a whole bunch of starting sites along the way. And they're all a little bit different, but they all have one of those demon bat things in it. And it's always over one of these corpses of somebody wearing medium armor and
Gods curse
the
this
book.
sandstorm.
But you can't loot him.
We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place.
Speaking of
I've
which,
yet to meet a beast that liked fire.
let's get
or
ourselves a
the bite
couple
of
of
the
these.
axe.
Let's get ourselves 3 twine. 1, 2, 3. That'll allow us to build a bedroll. And we should probably also get ourselves a torch. So let's do that too. And we can continue going while this is happening. I recommend getting out of this little desert section as quickly as possible. Get a couple materials for your initial things, and just get out of it, because this is garbage. Being here is garbage. Being in this next section we come to, the Oasis, is kind of garbage as well. We can drink as well. There we go. Drinking is a step. In the top left, we have a water meter, a food meter, and an encumbrance meter for our weight. That's what we're allowed to carry. Whoops. Let's move our torch over here. Let's move our bugs to something that isn't, you know, slot number 1. We don't currently have a weapon. We can build ourselves something, though, soon. I don't remember what's near us. There might be imps near us. I think I want level 6. Let's take a peek. Let's find out what we want for weapons. We have a few options here. We could go for warrior and get ourselves a sword, and later the axe. I would definitely use the axe if I was going warrior. I love the axe. You can get through shields with it. I think what I want to do this time, though, we're going to go bruiser, and we're going to go for two-handed swords. Yeah, so bruiser gives you access to the pike, which is a two-handed spear, which I would say is probably the best, like, newbie survival weapon, because the power attack, you just spam the first power attack with it, and it will, like, stun your enemy every time, unless it's like a boss or something. And you can just stab, stab, stab from really far safely away, no problem. We're going to go with a two-handed sword, though, I think. So Bruiser requires level 8, and we're only level 5 right now, so we're going to need some levels is on us. Let's whack a little bit of stone. Do we get a journey step for... No, not for mining all the stone out. Okay. So that's all we're going to mine for now. I want to get up to... We're way down here right now. I actually want to move up to sort of this oasis area here and settle over there. So it's going to take us a little bit to get there. And I don't really need to take any resources along my way except for some water. We're going to refill our water skin in the river here. And we're going to... a camp. I can scout a camp. They're pissed off, though. Does this not count as scouting their camp? Okay, well, we're getting out of there because those thralls will attack us. They're going to fight that alligator or crocodile or whatever, but those thralls will attack us. Let's refuel our water skin here. Let's eat some more bugs until we get, you know, nice and full. I mean, I could have saved them. You can heal using them, but whatever. Use a bed or bedroll. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Bunnies! 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 It must be bunnies! These are not really enemies. They'll die in like one hit. We'll lock onto them though. Boo. Hey bunny. Oh! Jesus, they don't die in one hit. I thought for sure they would die in one hit. Okay, we got some bones, we got some feral flesh. That's good. So feral flesh you can eat on its own, or, you know, let's kill another one. Oh my god, we are so pathetic that we're hunting bunnies with a hatchet, and we can't even kill a bunny in one hit. There we go. We even got some hide. That's perfect. Perfect. 4 hide. Fantastico. In fact, we can use that 4 hide to build a rawhide bedroll. We don't even need to build this fiber bedroll, which is great. I don't think I need to keep these notes, but I will keep them for the time being. Do we want to use the bed? No, we're not going to use the bedroll yet. We're just going to continue moving. We're going to continue moving west along this river until we sort of reach, you know, this sort of end where we can get out, and then we'll move west along this desert area. I think there's a bunch of scorpions there, and head up towards this oasis. It does mean that if we get hit by a sandstorm, we're probably going to die, but I'll just throw my bedroll down and we'll be fine. The sentinels is these guys, by the way. These shalebacks or whatever aren't really hostile. There is an ornery version of them. You can actually sort of see right there where my dot is. You can see their little eggs there, and then right past them, there's this one that's laying on the ground. He's sort of red-looking. He's sort of an ornery shaleback. He will attack you, but most of these guys won't. I don't want to fight crocodiles without a weapon, and I don't want to build a weapon until I'm level 8, because I want to build a two-handed sword. I really want to build a two-handed sword. So we're going to dodge crocs for now. Oh, yeah, the sentinels. These dudes. They don't look human, do they? Absolutely not. So we are in the Exiled Lands. The Exiled Lands is sort of a prison that's being created, or we use it as a prison. It's bound by hyenas. Combat music, right. It's used as a prison. You can't see any of the sort of, I call them electric fences, but they're like magical fences that create this green energy field. You can't cross them if you have one of these bracelets that we have on us. If you remember in that cutscene with Conan, you can't even see my bracelet right now. But we're wearing a bracelet that doesn't allow us to cross that barrier. So the Exiled Lands are being used as a prison for humans at this point. But they're not like governed by humans. There's actually some more mystical things at work, and it's part of the story of this game. It's very open world, very totally free to do whatever you want. Very survival game, but you can technically win the game and leave the Exiled Lands. Take your bracelet off and leave the Exiled Lands by defeating a bunch of the bosses of the place and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to continue moving a little bit further. This is where the river branches up north. If we do have a sandstorm hit us, we're going to be in some trouble. And one of the things I love about it is like these things like this bridge here. You can see this broken bridge. Anything like that, you can just climb right up. There's nothing stopping you from climbing up that stuff. I really think this should count as scouting a camp. Ooh, crocodile on me. If we built a sword, I could take these crocs. We might even be able to build... Ooh, kick. Kick is a thing. Let's do a kick. There we go. We gained a level. Spend knowledge points. Oh, we could do that easy, too. Use a bed or bedroll, get a dedicated weapon. Well, I'm trying to get experience to use a dedicated weapon. Exploration gives you experience as well, so we just explored this bridge. We got experience for that. Probably the best way in the game to get experience and level up is honestly just going around and exploring. It's fantastic. When the game launched, you could hit level 50 basically just by exploring all of the points of interest on the map, and then you only needed to like fight Nordhangers basically for like a couple levels, get a bunch of steel, fight them for a couple levels. You could be level 60 within like maybe 5 hours of starting the game. That's been nerfed a little bit, but we are playing with boosted experience on this server as well. We are playing with Scout and Exile camp, awesome. We are playing with what is it? 2.5 times experience. So you do level up a little bit quicker here. You know what I should do? I should make a campfire. I mean, this shellback is going to try and kill me first of all, but then we're going to dodge him and recover our stamina a little bit, and then I should make a campfire so that I can cook this feral flesh. There is one of the attribute trees that you can take, which we'll take a look at when we get where we're going. But one of them is survival, and survival allows you to, it has a perk in it. The very first perk in survival, it takes 15 points, attribute points to get it. Allows you to eat raw meat. Ooh. To eat food, or to make food, we have to actually do this. That is spending a knowledge point, which gains us another level. And what level are we? We're now level 8. Sweet. If we're level 8, that means we have access to Bruiser. Fantastic. And with Bruiser, we can make ourselves a two-handed sword. So let's go into our inventory quickly. Let's make a campfire for ourselves, and let's make ourselves a two-handed stone sword, which needs 5 tween. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be no problem. Actually, I had 5. I had enough. I had some already. Two-handed stone sword. Awesome sauce. While we're waiting for that to craft, let's put our campfire down real quick. Let's drop like a tiny bit of wood into it, and also this feral flesh. And let's turn her on, and we're gonna get ourselves some shredded roast. We may need a little bit more wood than that, though. I don't want to put all of it in there because it stops you from crafting things if you don't have it in your inventory. Let's move our two-hander over here, and yes, check that out. That's a big badass stone sword. So you have standard attacks, light attacks, like this, with this two-hander, and we have power attacks. Oh, perform a heavy finisher with weapon. I thought you had to actually attack somebody to do that, but apparently you don't. Yeah, so we just got that as well. We're going to get another thing for eating this food, because eat a filling meal is one, and we do need to find shelter, because a sandstorm could hit before we get to our destination. And in fact, I'm just going to loot all of that right now, and because I have the pickup mod, I can just pick this campfire back up into my inventory. Shredded roast onto 6. Let's eat it. Yeah. We're just gaining levels left, right, and center, aren't we? So yeah, we probably want to go up here. And I think... I'm not super familiar with the desert. I don't really like living in the desert, but we're going to try living in the desert to begin with this time. Right now, this is a solo game, but it's going to become a multiplayer experience, potentially. Not necessarily. I am fully prepared to play this solo, like, beginning to end. Yeah, this is the hyena field. These are little hyena pups. We don't really care about them. I'm not going to kill pups. but we're probably going to run into some other hyenas here. What do we got? Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, so there's some hyenas here. Can we take 2 of them? So first key to combat in this game is pretty much always use power attacks. Sunder an enemy. Fantastic. Pretty much always use power attacks. We'll get some feral flesh. I'm hoping maybe we can get a bit of hide off it. Well, we got heads. Heads are okay. You get some experience for those. We can eat to restore a little bit of our HP. There's a whole bunch of ways of restoring HP. One of them is eating. One of them is like there's potions you can make out of aloe. The Mitran religion allows you to make a potion out of basically corpses. You kill humans and you use this ankh to harvest them, and you can make potions out of those. We got some hyenas chasing us still. That's okay. We have no armor, by the way. Like, this outfit of ours is essentially no armor. We got the big old scorpions, though. I could go through... That's a pretty dangerous neighborhood going through there. I think I'm going to go around it for now, and we'll go through it another time. If I get in there, there's basically no shelter that I can get to in there that beyond this wall that isn't like super deadly and full of corruption and all kinds of stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go a little easy. We should collect some plant fibers if we're running through them anyway. Our encumbrance is a little high at the moment, so I'm not going to stop and like harvest trees or anything until we get where I want to go. Like I was saying, we're going to spend some time in the desert initially here. Build a base there so that we can take some thralls from a city that we're going to go across over there. But, you know, I by all means don't know everything about this game, and I want to explore a bit. Oh, there's one of those fence things. So is this the edge of the map then? Yes, this is the edge of the map. It looks like you can go up there, but you'll run into a green wall if you do. Actually, you can see it here. I don't know how clear it comes through, but there's this green wall there. If we try and cross that, we die. So we're not going to try and cross that. We have a scorpion behind. That's okay. There's going to be lots more scorpions on the way. On this side of the city, there's a lot of scorpions. See? We could pick up a few branches as we run through, but I really don't want to be picking up a lot of branches right now. We are going to need a lot of them, though. I plan on building a thatch roof, so we are going to need some branches. So the inside of that wall, where the orange sand is called, what is it, the Unnamed City or something like that, where a lot of the lore of this game happens. But we're going to be going to a relic hunter city, and we're going to be setting up a shop just north of this relic hunter city. We'll continue to eat our food as we go to try and heal ourselves up. We had that little fight with the hyenas, and we took some damage from it. This shredded roast is not very good for healing you. So, yeah. And we'll drink some water. This is absolutely gorgeous, though. I love what they did here. When Conan Exiles first, I don't want to say launched, when it first released in early access, we gotta stay on this side of those towers. When it first released on early access, it was a steaming pile of garbage. Like, I made the statement about it that it looks like it's real iron, cool. That it looks, actually, you know what? No, there's going to be tons of iron where we're going. I don't need to mine iron here. I was going to mine some, because I know there's an objective for mining all the iron in a node. I made the comment when it first released into early access that it looks super interesting. It has a lot of really cool systems in it and all that. But in all honesty, it looks to me to be an okay game, an okay survival game. And I said that because it was loaded with bugs. It barely qualified as a game. Like, it was nigh unplayable at the time. And It's come a long way. In my opinion, Conan Exiles is now one of the 3 pillars of survival these days. Of building survival games, sorry, like construction survival games. You got things like DayZ or DayZ, as I prefer. You got games like that people play as survival shooters and all that kind of thing. You've got Rust, which is a very similar game, and actually Rust I consider one of the 3 pillars. But DayZ is not a building survival game. Here is the city. Some people call it Set City because they worship Set there. There are rhinos. We are going to need to kill ourselves some rhinos soon, but these rhinos will literally one-shot us. They will charge into us and one-shot us right now. Anyway, yeah. The 3 pillars of building survival right now for me are Rust for the Call of Duty crowd who just want to move around shooting each other. Very toxic community because, again, all they want to do is move around shooting each other. Sepramuru, City of the Relic Hunters, also known as Set City by some people. Conan is here as well. We could talk to Conan if we want to, but we can talk to somebody while we're here.
What'll it be?
That is one of our objectives, find somebody to talk to.
No refunds.
We can get some experience from that, and this city has some places where we can get shelter in case of a sandstorm. But we are going to continue moving north through this city. Let's drink some water and refill our flask while we're here. There are people in here that will attack us because they're just hostile to us, but most people here are not hostile to you. But like I say, there are a couple crowds that will be, and some things you do might turn a person hostile, and even if you run away from them, if they see you again, they will be hostile to you. Who is this? That's a Stygian fighter, okay. Wasn't sure that was actually a fighter. Gilzin the Treasure Hunter, cool. I didn't know you were here. So where am I right now? I'm out east. I want to turn north. So I still want to go through the city over here a little bit more. I think I know where we're about to go. I think there's going to be a carpenter. Yeah, okay, this is the shrine. You can see because of the snakes. We're in the temple quarter. They have a priest here. A Stygian Fighter 3 and a Set Priest. Fantastic. This is a carpenter up here. There's a blacksmith, an armorer, and a carpenter 1. There's a blacksmith, an armorer, and a smelter down below. And where I want to settle for my first base is just right up over here. You can see this oasis-y area. Ironbreaker Ridge, fantastico. And we've got this nice little flat space right here next to the city. We can look out and we can actually see one of the gates into the city. Right here is where I want to settle. These guys are hostile. I swung a little late there, but I think we're still okay. I don't have much stamina. I don't have the ability to do much with that, but we should still be okay. And this guy will give me some savory flesh. Yes, he will. Nice. Is there another hostile one up here? No, these guys are not hostile, so I don't mind them too much. So, since we're at our location, we're going to drop a bedroll down over here real quick. Get ourselves a spawn point in case we happen to die. And we're going to get busy, shall we? Let's eat these bugs. I don't need bugs. And we're already over encumbered, so we can't move at full speed anymore. I'm carrying a lot of stuff that I'm just not going to be able to carry. I'm just going to need to get rid of some of it. So let's get rid of... I hate getting rid of seeds, but we're going to do it. We're going to get rid of this leather journal and scrawled note, these kudo heads, bugs, hyena heads, the pharaoh flesh because I now have savory flesh, and I'd rather have that. And we'll get rid of this one hide as well. That's fine. I'm going to need a little bit of wood, and I'm going to need a whole bunch of stone for what I want to do here. We're going to build ourselves a little bit of a starter base. But I think we're going to do that in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We've got into our little initial home here, and we're going to start building right away. I'll see you then.